Good afternoon. I am Dr. Shannon Matthews, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Welcome to the University of La Verne's 2021 Virtual Commencement Ceremony, celebrating our Spring 20 and 21 graduates from the College of Arts and Sciences. We acknowledge our 130th year as an institution, and thank you for joining us today. We are coming to you virtually from the Abraham Campus Center on our central campus. Our ceremony is being live streamed all over the world to family, friends, and faculty of our graduates. Welcome to all of you. I am thrilled to announce that 387 candidates were approved for degrees in the Spring 2021 class. We gather today as a community and honor and celebrate the accomplishments of all of our graduates. Our candidates have taken their degree work from the central campus, from our regional and online campuses. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished stage participants, our President, Dr. Devorah Lieberman, our University Chaplain, Reverend Zandra Wagner, and our student speaker, Gage Ramirez. We're joining over 87,000 alumni. Proudly, we present doctoral, master's, baccalaureate, and associate degree candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences in this, the University of La Verne's Spring 2021 Virtual Commencement Ceremony. It is now my pleasure to invite Reverend Zandra Wagner, University Chaplain, to the podium for the invocation.
I have the honor of blessing this special day. And first, I want to acknowledge that our university sits on the sacred traditional land of the Tongva community. Our educational community is sustained by this sacred ground. For today's blessing, I invite you to feel your feet and your body anchored on the ground, wherever you are. If you could just bring your attention, notice that your feet or body is on the ground in some way. This past year has required us to reach down and build deep roots. We had no choice but to build roots of resilience and patience, empathy and courage, community and connection. The book of Jeremiah, a sacred text from the Jewish tradition, says it this way: those who have deep roots, they are like trees planted along a riverbank with roots that reach deep into the water. Such trees are not bothered by the heat or worried by long months of drought. Their leaves stay green and they never stop producing fruit. On this special day of celebration and accomplishment, let us be thankful for the roots that have gotten us here. Graduates, as you continue on your journey, may you be blessed with the deep roots of your education, your family, your traditions, and your values, so that life's struggles are balanced with wisdom and joy. May you be blessed with deep roots so that your leaves stay green and we can celebrate your unique beauty and goodness in this world. May you be blessed with deep roots so that you never stop producing the good fruits of love and healing so needed by this world. And may you be blessed with the deep roots that connect you with all others who share the same ground, so that we have each other and act with and for each other. May you be blessed with deep roots. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Wagner, for those words. It is my pleasure to introduce our Trustee Welcome video presented by board member Wendy Lau with a special message on behalf of the university's Board of Trustees.
Welcome, graduates of the class of 2021. While this year may be different than past years, we are no less proud of you for all that you've done and all that you've accomplished to get to this moment. My name is Wendy Lau, and I'm on the Board of Trustees for the University of La Verne, as well as an alumna of this fine institution. On behalf of the trustees, the faculty, the administration, and the staff, we are so proud of you and congratulate you on these achievements. We know that you have gone through so much more than has been expected of any other class, and we are so proud to be able to celebrate this day with you. Please take a moment, savor each and every second of this graduation, and know that we are so proud to welcome you into the Leo alumni family and look forward to all the amazing things you will continue to accomplish throughout your lives. Welcome and congratulations.
It is now my honor to invite to the podium Dr. Devorah Lieberman, a nationally known leader and educator. She is the 18th president of the University of La Verne and will preside over today's ceremony.
Thank you very much, Dean Matthews. And I would like to add how fortunate the University of La Verne is, and our students are, and our faculty and staff, to have you as our Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. We're blessed. Thank you. And to everyone else, welcome to today's commencement ceremony. It is my honor to be with you virtually as we celebrate you. Today, it's all about you, the University of La Verne's graduating class of 2021. Today, though virtual, there remains an enormous feeling of pride and joy as we congratulate each of you, our graduates, on your tremendous accomplishments and achievements. Before we get started, I would like to mention that more than half of our class of 2021 picked up your commencement gift boxes on campus the last 2 weeks, and it was, oh my gosh, it was so inspirational. The cars driving through, the decorated, driving up to the top of the parking garage, taking pictures. It was the beginning of a great commencement season. Others who were not able to drive through and pick up your boxes, your gift box is in the mail, and that's true. You know how they always say the check's in the mail? Well, there is not a check in the gift box, but there's a lot of good stuff in that gift box. And don't run out right now to your front porch, but very soon it will be delivered to your homes. Enjoy these gifts. They are the compliments of the commencement and the alumni engagement offices and teams. Graduates, though we are not all in the same physical space, we are all in the same virtual space for one reason. It's celebrating this milestone. This day belongs to you, but it also belongs to your loved ones, your family and friends, those who have helped you every step of the way. So before we go any further, let's stop for a minute, look around the room at your family and friends wherever you are, and join me in thanking and celebrating those who helped you to get where you are today. So take a moment, hug and thank everybody. We also have several other people here who, whether or not you know it, they have been instrumental in your success. And those are our members of our Board of Trustees. I'd like to welcome them today. Our Board of Trustees are very, very special. They've joined us virtually, and they are the ones who set the vision for our university, for you, for me. They support us with their time, with their wisdom, and financially as well. So please join me in recognizing them for their commitment and dedication to our beloved university. Thousands of polite applause around the globe for that. Amid our social distancing and safety protocols, let's remember that today is dedicated to congratulating the 1,327 students who are graduating from this class spring 2021 at our university, the University of Laverne. At this time, when our entire world is steeped in a moment of ambiguity and uncertainty on so many levels, now is the time for all of us to come together with optimism and embrace our future. We should focus on the strength, our resilience, and our determination. That is our compass north. There's a quote by one of my favorite authors, Jodi Picoult, which actually very much reflects what Reverend Zandra Wagner talked about when she talked about deep roots. Jodi Picoult said, "The human capacity for burden is like bamboo, tall stalks of bamboo, far more flexible than you would ever believe at first glance." I ask you, each of you, as you're watching this beautiful virtual commencement, stop, be in place, be in the moment, and visualize a tall stalk of graceful bamboo. Do you have that in your mind? We, as the University of Laverne community, we're adapting, we're adopting, we're evolving, and we are bending flexibly, just like bamboo in the wind, in ways that we never thought possible. But let's not do this individually and alone. Let's do this as community, together. We must each believe in our purpose as individuals, as a university, and as a community. The University of Laverne has embraced the mantra of "we are one community," because, as we say, you cannot quarantine community. We are one community. So please join me in purpose as we believe in something bigger than ourselves, something larger that continues to inspire us to embrace this ambiguity, bend like the bamboo with strength and resilience for our future together. Graduates, you are well equipped to thrive as University of Laverne graduates, joining more than 87,000 University of Laverne alumni. You will continue to be our greatest treasures. The university will forever be an extension of you and your home. This is your time. Make every single moment count. Think big, accomplish much, and always give back. I have confidence that each of you has a limitless capacity for positive contributions to the world and countless prospects to lead a productive and a fulfilling life. I look forward to seeing you in the very near future, virtually and physically, as you walk across the stage on June 12th for a face-to-face commencement ceremony. So you've had the drive-through, we have today, and we have the face-to-face on June 12th. We understand the importance of this tremendous milestone. I am now proud today to call you esteemed alumni of the University of Laverne, and from this day forward, you are Leos for life. Class of 2021, congratulations to each and every one of you. Cheers, go forth, have purpose. We are so, so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Lieberman. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our welcome video presented by Provost Karib Janoyan with a special message to our spring 2021 graduates.
Hello, I'm Karib Janoyan, Provost of the University of Laverne. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to this commencement ceremony and to celebrate with you. We congratulate our graduates on their accomplishments and thank them for the many contributions they have made to the campus, the community, and the world at large in their time here. We anticipate with confidence the roles they will play and the contributions they will make in the future. We want to recognize and thank the families and friends who have gathered to join in the celebration. Education is never a solitary pursuit. We applaud all of you who have provided love and support to this wonderful group of graduates. And commencement is a day of double significance. It marks both the end of your studies and the beginning of a new phase in life. In your time at the University of Laverne, you have learned a great deal about yourself and your field, and we are confident you will use that knowledge to good purpose. You have developed skills in problem definition and problem solving that will serve you well in whatever work you undertake. The world in which you will live and work is sure to be different from the world in which you were born or raised, or even the world from just a year ago. Global pandemic, social, economic, and technological change have already altered what people do and how they do it. The habits of mind you have worked so hard to develop here will position you to be among the leaders in this changing world. You began your journey on a path of discovery when you came to the University of Laverne. The challenge and the opportunity before you as you leave is to remain curious, engaged, and imaginative. Congratulations.
It is now my distinct honor to introduce the College of Arts and Sciences commencement speaker, Ambassador Anwarul K. Chowdhury. Ambassador Chowdhury has a wealth of experience in critical issues of our time: the culture of peace, sustainable development, women's equality, global citizenship, and human rights. He served as ambassador and permanent representative of Bangladesh to the United Nations from 1996 to 2001, and as the first Undersecretary General and High Representative of the United Nations, responsible for the most vulnerable countries of the world from 2002 to 2007. Ambassador Chowdhury is the founder of the New York-based civil society organizations coalition called the Global Movement for the Culture of Peace. Please welcome Ambassador Anwarul K. Chowdhury.
President Devorah Lieberman, my dear friend and longtime colleague, Dr. Julie Minovis, distinguished and proud parents, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a day of significant achievement, a day of celebration for the graduating class, though only through this virtual opportunity. At the 2021 spring commencement of the College of Arts and Sciences of the University of Laverne. You have put your energies and talents to good use. You have been particularly privileged as your learning prepared you well to be independent, creative, and compassionate citizens with a global perspective of today's interdependent world. I prefer to address you as the global citizens. My warmest congratulations to each one of you. I would also like to congratulate the women and men who gave their best to help you attain your best. The committed educators and administrators of the University of Laverne. Here, allow me to pay a special tribute to the dedicated leadership of your President, Devorah Lieberman. I thank her also for inviting me to speak today at your commencement. And I join all of you in thanking the people whose love and sacrifice has made this day possible. The enduring parents and guardians of the graduating students, let us give them all a big hand. You should be proud that your alma mater values and provides a learning environment that, and I quote, actively supports peace with justice, respect of individuals and humanity, and the health of the planet and its people. End of quote. It is encouraging to find how dedicated the university is in promoting intellectual curiosity, critical thinking, intellectual vitality, and the importance of lifelong learning. This focus is what had certainly attracted you in the first place to this prestigious seat of learning with a long, fascinating history. And I trust the university's core values have by now become an integral part of you. I would like to give you an example of this from my own life, where mission, passion, and knowledge combine to help move something big for humanity. My own life has been shaped over the last half century by various realities, particularly my challenges, struggles, and difficulties. Throughout, my family has been my biggest strength. In particular, my dearest wife, Mariam Chowdhury, whom I have lost this year. Defying all obstacles as a young Pakistani diplomat, I was inspired to join the liberation war for Bangladesh and engaged as a freedom fighter to mobilize global support for my motherland's sovereign existence as a nation. I am deeply humbled by the opportunity to represent and lead my country at the United Nations, and thereafter become the first Under Secretary General from Bangladesh at the UN headquarters in New York. My life's experience has taught me to value peace and equality as the essential components of our human existence. These unleash the positive forces of good. They are so needed for human progress. My initiatives at the United Nations General Assembly in 1999 on the culture of peace, in the Security Council in 2000 on equality of women's participation, and in leading the United Nations system's prioritization of the needs of the world's most vulnerable countries as their champion for 6 years. All testify to the fact that when head and heart join together to do something big and worthwhile for humanity, no obstacle is insurmountable. My work has taken me to the farthest corners of the world. I have seen time and again the centrality of the culture of peace and women's equality in our lives. This realization has now become more pertinent in the midst of the ever-increasing militarism and militarization that is destroying both our planet and our people. Peace is integral to human existence. In everything we do, in everything we say, and in every thought we have, there is a place for peace. We should not isolate peace as something separate. We should know how to relate to one another without being unpleasant, without being violent, without being disrespectful, without neglect, and without prejudice. Once we are able to do that, we enable ourselves to take the next step forward in building the culture of peace. We need to focus on empowering the individual so that each one of us become individually an agent of peace and nonviolence. Let us remember that the work for peace is a continuous process. Each one of us can make a difference in that process. Peace cannot be imposed from outside. It must be realized from within. As the outstanding champion of human rights, Eleanor Roosevelt said, and I quote her, "It is not enough to talk about peace. One must believe in it, and it is not enough to believe in it. One must work for it." End of quote. One soul-searching inspiration that I have experienced from my work for the culture of peace is that we should never forget that when women, half of world's 7+ billion people, are marginalized, there is no chance for our world to get sustainable peace in the real sense. It is my strong belief that unless women are engaged in advancing the culture of peace at equal levels at all times with men, sustainable peace would continue to elude us. Women bring a new breadth, quality, and balance of vision to our common effort of moving away from the cult of war towards the culture of peace. Women's equality makes our planet safe and secure. We need to realize that patriarchy and misogyny are humanity's dual scourges, pulling us away from our aspiration for a better world, to live in freedom, equality, and justice. Unless we confront these vicious and obstinate negative forces with all our energy and determination and persistence, our planet will never be a desired abode for one and all. Gender inequality is an established, proven, and undisputed reality. It is all pervasive. It is a real threat to human progress. That global reality is dramatically evidenced in the fact that the United Nations itself, despite being the biggest champion of women's equality, has failed to elect a woman Secretary General, as the post has been occupied by men for the entire 75 years of its existence. As I always strongly emphasize, empowering women women's political leadership will have ripple effects on every level of society and on the global condition as a whole. Gender equality, feminism is a smart policy which includes whole populations, uses all potential, and leaves no one behind. I am proud to be a feminist. All of us need to be. That is how we make our planet a better place to live for all. We should always remember that without peace, development is impossible. And without development, peace is not achievable. But without women, neither peace nor development is conceivable. Before I conclude, I would say that it lifts my heart and soul immensely when I find that your university ensures that students are reflective about personal, professional, and social values that support professional and social responsibilities as they nurture respect for diversity and inclusivity. I would ask you, the students, to look into yourselves. In a world where material pursuits seems to be the ultimate objective for human endeavor, find a real space for spirituality in your life. In your eagerness to get something quickly, never ever sell your soul. Your positive goals for yourself should not be pursued at the expense of other people. Recognize and value the positive in others. Recognize your mistakes and take responsibility for those. Do not find a scapegoat for your own failures, but learn from them. I am confident that you will make every effort to rid yourselves and your fellow men and women of the evils of intolerance and prejudice, ignorance and selfishness that compel us to repeat this cycle of discrimination and violence. I love to quote Albert Einstein's words very often, in which he alerts the humanity, and this applies to all of us. And I quote, "The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do something about it." End of quote. Let me end by repeating Mahatma Gandhi's eternal words. The day the power of love overrules the love of power, the world will know peace. Thank you very much.
Ambassador Chowdhury, when Dr. Julie Minovis brought you to campus and we heard you speak, and then when I read your book on achieving global peace, I knew that you would be the perfect inspirational speaker at this commencement. Thank you for coming, Ambassador Chowdhury, and thank you for sharing these inspirational words with our 2021 graduates. Ambassador Chowdhury devoted so many years as an inspirational champion for sustainable peace and development and ardently advancing the cause of the global movement for the culture of peace that has energized civil society all over the world. We need your words now today more than ever before. His appointment as the former Undersecretary General and High Representative of the United Nations provided him the opportunity to expand his legacy for future generations and advance the global community under his leadership. In recognition of his accomplishments, extensive career, his scholarship and leadership with civic and community engagement, Ambassador Anwarul K. Chowdhury will be presented with an honorary doctorate in humane letters. I need to lean down to get it. This is the highest degree issued at the University of Laverne. Ambassador Chowdhury, thank you for your tireless work toward global peace, sustainable development, and human rights. This is, as you so beautifully articulated, the foundation of the University of Laverne. Thank you very much. This will be arriving shortly to your front porch. Not a graduation commencement box, but a beautiful honorary doctorate. Thank you very, very much.
President Lieberman, it is my pleasure and privilege as Dean to present to you the candidates who have qualified in all respects for their respective degrees at the University of Laverne. They have been recommended by the faculty and confirmed by the Board of Trustees to be awarded their degrees in recognition of their academic accomplishments.
Thank you, Dean Matthews. Graduates, with the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me as president by the Board of Trustees in the state of California, I hereby confer upon each one of you the degree for which you have qualified, with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Graduates, we welcome you today to the company of educated persons who are alumni of this remarkable university, the University of Laverne. Congratulations.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce the College of Arts and Sciences graduate student speaker, Gage Ramirez. Gage is graduating today with a Master's of Science in Athletic Training and was our 2020 Athletic Training Master's Program scholarship recipient. After graduation, Gage plans to take the Board of Certification exam so that he can be a certified athletic trainer in either a clinical setting or a school setting. Building on his experience at the University of Laverne, Gage will undoubtedly be a fierce community advocate. He is dedicated to fighting for equity in healthcare and using creative solutions to provide individualized care for each patient he serves. With great pleasure, I introduce Gage Ramirez.
Thank you, Dean Matthews, for your introduction, Chaplain Wagoner, and thank you to the University of Laverne, Board of Trustees, and President Lieberman for your support as we graduate. My name is Gage Ramirez, and I am honored to get to speak on behalf of the graduate students at the College of Arts and Sciences, and I feel privileged to share just a small part of this graduation ceremony with all of you. I would have never pictured myself up here giving a speech. Not that I wouldn't want to, it's just that if I looked back to my childhood in San Bernardino or my first semester in college, it would have seemed like a fever dream, or at least near impossible. My college journey has been one with many hurdles, unexpected delays, times with high anxiety, imposter syndrome, and self-doubt. I transferred twice before coming to the University of Laverne. My grades at my first school were not good, and then I spent 3 years at a community college trying to transfer to earn credits back into a four-year institution. My transfer story was even picked up by the Washington Post to demonstrate just how many students were getting lost in the process. After coming to Laverne to complete my undergrad, I became the first in my family to achieve a college degree. And today, I become the first in my family to achieve a graduate degree with a Master's of Science in Athletic Training. I know that I'm not the only one of us who wasn't sure if graduation day would actually come, but we're here now. We've made it. It is often said that graduating with a college degree is not just indicative of an area of expertise, but of the perseverance and strength of spirit to see something through without the instant gratification of other pursuits. Our college journeys have all been unique. We have endured different challenges, personal wins and losses, but today we all share this moment. We have achieved the goal that we set out to accomplish, and this is a time to be proud of ourselves. However, we did not do this alone. Let's be sure to thank everyone who got us here. Everyone who helped us through the late nights, the early mornings, and to the ones who walked through the back of our Zoom classes to our horror and to the delight of our classmates. Thank you to our professors for being flexible with the ever-changing guidelines throughout COVID. Thank you to the scientists, researchers, and healthcare providers who are helping to bring us out of this pandemic and back into the classroom. Our time in university is undeniably one of growth, perseverance, and self-discovery. While we may see the end goal of graduation from our first day on a college campus, I am sure that most of us did not predict where we find ourselves now and what we have discovered about ourselves in our time as Leos. When I began college, I had never even heard of athletic training. My high school did not have an athletic trainer. I was not aware that there was a career that fused my interests in sports and medicine and would allow me to work with athletes from the moment their injury occurred through rehabilitation and then allow me to help them return to play. What I once saw as a failure in having to leave my first four-year university actually let me discover a true passion in the career that I'm pursuing now. My 3 years of grinding at a community college exposed me to athletic training when I signed up for an Intro to Athletic Training course simply to move up in registration priority at an impacted school. My time at Laverne has let me work toward that passion as a member of the inaugural cohort of the Masters in Science of Athletic Training program. This is just my story, but I know others have felt like time wasn't on their side, or that life was getting in the way of our goals, or that we are just not cut out for the dream we long for. Sometimes it's hard to step back and recognize that small failures have led to big successes, and that we, ourselves, have had the resolve to continue to persevere. Let's use this time to reflect on what has brought us to this moment, and let's focus that energy into moving forward. To all of you who are going to pursue advanced degrees, amazing. I'm proud of you for that. To my MSAT cohort, faculty and preceptors, thank you for becoming my family over these past years. To my girlfriend, family, friends, coworkers, and to those who have supported me, I'm grateful for all of your help. I truly believe that without all of you, I would not be here. And to the class of 2021 of the College of Arts and Sciences at the University of Laverne's, congratulations. Finishing a degree over the events of this past year is no small feat, and you deserve all the recognition and praise for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Gage. That was wonderful. I now have the pleasure of introducing our undergraduate student speaker, Sarah Morales. A natural-born leader, Sarah is the oldest of 3 girls and the 3rd generation in her family to be graduating with a bachelor's degree. Today, Sarah earns her Bachelor's of Arts in Social Science. She has held multiple leadership roles on campus, including president of the Associated Students of the University of Laverne. She has worked with the President's Executive Council and represented student interests, both with internal and external stakeholders. After college, Sarah plans to continue her education in law and public policy. She has a strong love of learning and aspires to be a lawyer, be active in politics, work as a consultant, and maybe also serve in the nonprofit field. Sarah is excited for the future, no matter where it leads her. Please help me welcome College of Arts and Sciences undergraduate student speaker, Sarah Morales.
I would first like to say thank you to everybody who gave me the opportunity to speak today. I don't know why you chose me, but I know that this is a really wonderful opportunity and privilege, and I'm so appreciative. Thank you so much. For this speech, I would just like to share a little bit about what I've learned over the last 4 years and offer you a perspective moving forward. I might say a lot of things that you already know, but I'm just taking the opportunity to share. You are not in a competition with the people who sit around you today. You are in a competition with yourself. And every day that you wake up is a new challenge to be better than the person that you were the day before. And not better as in having more friends, more money, more status, or anything like that, but better as in closer to being the person that you truly want to be. Success is exactly how you define it, because I promise you, on the day that you take your last breath, there's not going to be somebody there with a checklist marking off all the ways that you hit somebody's definition of success and that you made it. It's going to be you and yourself, analyzing all of the ways that you made yourself happy. Did you do the things that you really wanted to do and that you cared about? And what kind of legacy that you're leaving behind you? It can be incredibly challenging living in such a fast-paced society where everybody's worried about the next thing, and then we just forget to appreciate the now. But I want you to recognize that right at this moment, today, we are graduating. There will be a time for it, but right now it doesn't have to be all about what comes next. It's all about what you've accomplished up until this point. It's about recognizing that you have the strength, determination, and resiliency to make it through every single day to get here. On those days that you wanted to cry and curl up in a ball, maybe you did, because I know I definitely did. You did not give up. You did not say it was too hard or decide to leave it for another time of your life, but you persevered. And the strength that it takes to accomplish something so challenging and life-changing is something that deserves to be celebrated. And it's this same strength that we have cultivated through the last 4 years, or however many years it took you to graduate, that no matter where we end up, it's going to help turn us into the people that we want to be. So make this competition with yourself a friendly one. Forgive yourself when you make a mistake. Apologize when you make a mistake. Make sure to reflect on all the ways that you could have made a better decision, and take time to celebrate yourself when you're at the top of your game. Share your life with people that you love and that love you back, because when life gets hard, you're going to need beautiful and loving things that pull you back and keep you safe. Here, I want to say thank you to my family and my friends who are my family, to my mentors and my professors, and to all of the wonderful people that I've had the opportunity and pleasure to meet and work with. You have helped make my undergraduate something I will never forget. And I want to say a huge thank you to the class of 2021. Even if I never met you or we never interacted, I am grateful for you. It is you who helped me to know that in the darkest moments of these last 4 years, there was a lot of other people in the same position trying to do the same thing as me, and I wasn't alone. That there was a lot of other people taking the opportunity to get educated and to eventually use these skills to achieve what we want in life. When we're the president of the United States, or when we're president of our own company, a boss or a manager, or whatever thing that we're going to be, we're going to have a lot of power, and we can choose to use it for good or not so good. And I ask you to remember back to these last 4 years and think about when you could have used more kindness, when you could have used more support, and when you could have used somebody helping you accomplish what you want to do. And I ask you to be that somebody for somebody else. I also want you to remember that just like me and you, everybody has the potential to be something great, as long as they have the tools and the opportunity. Lastly, I'd like to say that we have a sad part of our culture that prides itself on getting 3 or 4 hours of sleep at night, talking about how we almost killed ourselves trying to maximize our units, or to work 40 hours a week and juggle all of these other things. And it's this pride that helps us miss how overworked and underappreciated we are, and how unhappy and stressed this makes us. I challenge you and encourage you to shift your mindset and pride yourself on the beauty of life. Pride yourself on how happy you are because of the choices that you're making, on how loved you are because of the relationships that you build, and on how healthy you are because you feed yourself good food and you get 8 hours of sleep a night. Pride yourself on your growth because no matter how big or small the steps that you take are, they are steps towards becoming a better version of yourself. And you'll never feel like enough for anyone else until you feel like enough for yourself. And I'd like to say that every single person here today is more than enough. And I wish you so much luck in becoming the happy and successful person that you deserve to be. Congratulations to the class of 2021. We made it.
Thank you very much, Sarah, Gage, Ambassador Chowdhury. You inspire us today, and you'll inspire us for years and years to come. And as you, graduates, go forth today, I leave you with two short pieces of advice that are my compass north. They're my GPS with everything that I do. First, paraphrasing Maya Angelou, people may remember you for what you have accomplished, or they may not remember you for what you've accomplished. But most importantly of all, they will always remember you for how you make them feel. So remember to recognize the other and bring out the best in those around you. Second, believe in yourself and your goals. As you've heard from our commencement speakers, you may trip and fall down, but you must get up. You must get up more times than you trip and fall down, because then, no matter what, you will never, never, never give up, and you will always be focused on your goals. I wish you well with both of those pieces of advice. Also, a tradition at commencement around the world at every university is the concept of moving your tassel. And it symbolizes your transition from candidate to graduate to alumni here around the world and here at the University of Laverne. But at this time, instead of just moving your tassel from the right to the left, I'd like you to think about this as moving your tassel from your head to your heart, because it may sound silly, for the rest of your lives, you will be in the heart of the University of Laverne, and the University of Laverne will be in your heart, from the right to the left. I'm looking at all the pictures, and I'm watching you move your tassels from the excellent, there you go. Congratulations, graduates of the University of Laverne 2021. You are Leos for life. Congratulations.
The upcoming alma mater video of the choir, led by Dr. Irene Mesalores, concludes our ceremony. Thank you, graduates, faculty, staff, board members, family, and friends for joining us today. Graduates, you are now proud members of our more than 87,000 member alumni family worldwide. We hope you proudly display your alumni license plate frame that was included in your grad gift box. Congratulations, graduates of the College of Arts and Sciences. Congratulations.
There's a dear favored spot that shall never